Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Essence Janay. And of course today we are doing a makeup tutorial. Now I know my face is already done, so you kind of get a preview of what we are working with today or what we're going to be achieving. And I really hope you guys enjoy the content of today's video because as many of you already know, I've been off the makeup game and out of the scene for a little minute, and so I'm just trying to find my footing, and I feel like I've come up with a pretty simple routine just to make yourself feel good, look good, and just be confident to step outside the house. I mean, not to say that we aren't confident without makeup by any means, but you know, a little makeup never hurt nobody. Although I am sharing with you guys my everyday makeup routine, I don't literally mean every single day because I by no means wear makeup every single day. But when I do, I like to keep it super simple and straightforward. So I really hope this routine is something that can kind of help you find your footing if you're feeling a bit lost, or maybe you just want to try something different. Now we are collaborating with Merit in today's video, which I'm super blessed and grateful to have the opportunity to do so. They have sent over 3 products for me to try, which I have used in today's video. So if you guys are interested in seeing what products in specific I've gotten and I've used, definitely keep on watching. Now I do want to show you the packaging because it was super cute when I received it and I was just like really excited. It's this little bag. I think it's super cute. Now, I don't know if everybody gets this bag whenever you guys purchase from them. I do know that Merit is sold in Sephora, but I was just like, this is just like the cutest thing ever. Literally, you can tie it however you want, and boom, you have like a little makeup bag. So I'll definitely be using this as an everyday makeup bag for sure, and I did want to share that with you guys because I thought it was adorable. But nonetheless, let's get into this video. Let's, break down these products and see how I achieve this look. Let's get into it. So let's get into the makeup. Now, of course, I'm going to start by priming my skin. I've already done my skincare. I'm really thinking about giving you guys an updated skincare routine, but for now, just know that the skincare is on, the SPF is on, and now let's prime. So I have actually a couple of primers that I've been using lately. It's kind of like what I like to consider my 3-step method. First, I like to start out with a priming water. This is from Smashbox. This is the Love Ritual primer water. So something to just prime the skin, hydrate it, refresh it a little bit. It has been a little minute since I did my skincare, so this definitely helps just refresh the face. I also have like a spring water spray for the face that I like to use whenever I'm not putting on any makeup, but this one's good for just priming. So I just spray a little bit of that, and of course, I gotta cover these pores because they're everywhere. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer, and I'm just going to apply that to my T-zone. Now I'm focusing this product specifically in my T-zone, just slightly on my forehead, but mainly right here because this is where I feel I have the most pores, is right here on like my cheek area. So I just really want to press this into the skin, and honestly that's the only reason why this is a 2-step. This is a 3-step and not a 2-step, is because I definitely need something for my pores, just to blur them and smooth them out, give it that flawless look that we all love without a filter. I do have some breakouts happening, but we're gonna ignore those and just keep it pushing and just really press this into the skin. I'm gonna go in next with this glowy makeup serum from Laneige. I've been loving serums lately, whether that be oils for skincare or just oils for makeup. Smashbox has an oil that's a really good priming oil as well that I've used in the past, but I've been really obsessed with this one from Laneige. Again, the glowy makeup serum, and I'm just gonna apply 2 drops of this on my skin, and you guys will see the difference in my skin is gonna be a little extra dewy and whatnot. I mean, my skin might have started off a little dewy when I first started this video because of my skincare, because I use oils in my morning routine as well. But I've been obsessed with them. My skin's been reacting very well to them and seems to love them. But I really like a nice oil or serum underneath my makeup on a daily, because it just gives that extra like dewy, glowy kind of vibe that I have been super obsessed with. I love when my skin looks dewy, glowy, radiant, just youthful and healthy. So here for it. So we have that, and I like to just let that kind of sit. So again, it just provided a nice little overall glow for my skin, which we love. So while we give the primers a chance to just like sit and sink into the skin, we're gonna move into our brows. I'm gonna be using two different products, but the first product I'm using is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade number 4. And I'm just gonna use this very lightly just to carve out my brows a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, they're looking a little crazy at the moment. I definitely need to get them tamed. And I'm just gonna try and perfect the shape of it with this pencil. That's really all I'm doing, is just trying to perfect the shape. That way we have a nice foundation for our next product. And I'm just drawing a light line underneath and then using the spoolie to just flick that upwards, because it just helps to blend everything out. That way I don't have such a harsh line. You know, I do my brows pretty much the same every single time, and I don't normally do my brows on camera with you guys. Naturally, this would have been done, but we have another product to use. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. So just very easy, simple, not much pencil going on the brow. But then for the second product that I'm actually gonna be using today is more of like a brow gel, if you will. And this is the Volumizing Pomade in brown from Merit. Check out this packaging, super cute. Definitely love the gold vibes. I love gold. If I had to choose between gold or silver, I'm always gonna pick gold every single time. So packaging is a 10 out of 10 for me. And it just looks like this. Just your typical like brow spoolie, if you will. So I'm just gonna use this to just comb through my brows lightly, because it is colored, so it is going to give your brows a little bit of color. It's also going to fluff them up and, you know, do all that good stuff that we like for our brows. So as you guys can see over here, it does have color to it, like I said. So just to help clean the brows up a little bit, I'm using a little bit of my Nars Complete Concealer in Biscuit, and this is just going to help frame and shape my brows a lot better than what they were looking like before. This is a step that I feel is a preference, you know. You could just, again, just throw the brow gel on and be out the door, but for me, I just like my brows to look a little bit more cleaned up, especially because they are a little unruly at the moment. So I definitely feel this extra step is warranted, and obviously it just helps my brows to look a little bit more uniformed, if you will. So as I said before when we were doing our primer, I really love that dewy, glowy, fresh looking skin, and I feel like an important like tool to use when doing your makeup and wanting that end goal is to use something dewy and glowy. So I am going to be applying highlighter, but I want to apply this one specifically from Merit. This is their Day Glow Highlighting Balm in Citrine, which is a nice, very like golden color, if you will. Super cute. But I want to apply this now before I do my actual base makeup, just because I want to kind of test out whether or not it's going to like pop underneath any type of lightweight foundation, if you will, or tinted moisturizer, specifically because that's what we will be using. But I want to see if it'll like pop through that, or is this something that I need to use on top of all of those products. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of this, and I'm just literally going to just take it on the stick that it's on. I'm just going to apply it like this. So as you guys can see, it's definitely giving like a shine, and I'm just going to put this in the places in which I highlight, which is here. I haven't really highlighted next to my cheekbones like this in a long time, but I want to give it a little shot. So very smooth going on the skin. Definitely looks glowy in a sense, but I am going to use this brush from Rare Beauty. I don't think it has like a number or anything, but I believe she only has like 2 brushes. So I'm going to use this one. It's a little bit more stiff, and I'm just going to press this in. So as I can see, super cute, especially if you just wanted to just pop this on, like not even do a full face of makeup and just give yourself a little extra glow, if you will, even without the oil. I think this is definitely something for that. Their brand is definitely based around wanting to have like that natural, effortless type of beauty, I feel. And this highlighter is definitely giving me that vibe. I feel like these products are for that type of girl who just really wants to just throw herself together really quickly with just a couple of things, whether it be brows, highlight, a little bit of bronzer, nothing too intense, you know? It's not for a real full glam, full beat type of vibe. And that could be me some days. Some days I want it all, and some days I want to keep it very, very minimum. And definitely on an everyday basis. I just want something that's quick. So now that we have that, I did pull out 2 different tinted moisturizers. I have the Blurring Skin Tint from Fenty, and I also have the Nars Pure Radiant Moisturizer. So this is more of a tinted moisturizer, and this one is a skin tint, which essentially I feel is like almost the same thing. And they both look really great on the skin. I'm just going to look at the shades and see which one I want to use based off of that. Fenty is a little darker than Nars. Nars is a little lighter. So here's my 2 swatches. The lighter one again is the Nars, and the darker one is Fenty. I think I'm gonna go with Fenty because I feel like I don't know, I might look on camera like I don't really have that much color. I've gotten a little sun, but not too much. But we're gonna go ahead and use Fenty for today, just because I did use Nars the other day, so just want to use my products evenly and sparingly. So that made a weird noise. I'm just drawing this on my skin. Now I want to take a different approach in doing this today. And what do you mean by that, Essence? So I want to use my hands. So we are going to use our natural born tools that God gave us, and I'm going to rub this in like I would skincare, because again, I just want more of like that natural type of finish with my makeup. I'm not looking for a full on beat. I've done this with the Nars. I've never used my fingers with the Fenty. It all works the same, honestly, and I feel like this is just like better again for just like that natural type of feel, which it looks very much natural. Like you can still see, you know, the imperfections in my skin, which is totally fine. I am gonna try and use a little bit of corrector for my little friend over there, and I'm gonna actually take that same brush that we used for that highlight, and I'm just gonna press. I'm not swiping or rubbing because I don't want to disturb where the makeup is placed. Again, just want it to look as natural as possible, and I'm just pressing this into the skin. So just like that, we have like this natural coverage going on. Again, imperfections still kind of peeking through a little bit, so it looks like skin, but just a little elevated, which we love. So now that I have applied that, I want to go ahead and set this layer that I've put on. And of course, I'm going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Setting Mist. And spray a generous amount. Again, just refreshing the face. It just feels so good. I'm gonna use my fan. I did want to mention that I do kind of see the highlight, especially on my nose, kind of peeking through, which is great and lovely, and I feel like it will be a lot more radiant like in direct sunlight. So it's definitely an option for just like a subtle glow, which I'm also into as well. I'm into a lot of things, as you guys can see. But now we're gonna move into concealing and kind of covering up. I don't want to use too much concealer. I'm not looking for like this, you know, extravagant bright under eye, but I am going to use some of my Fenty Beauty. This is the Bright Fix in Honey, and I'm going to apply this to the back of my hand because this is the way that I feel works best for me when applying this product. And I'm going to use just like a little fluffy brush, if you will, and I'm going to saturate my brush in this product. And I'm going to tap this underneath the eye just to lighten and brighten. So just really lightening up this area so just I look more awake, I look more put together, but I'm not adding too much. And you guys know I love to add this like concealer on my chin and everywhere else. And if this is your first video, then yes, I do add it everywhere I'm supposed to, and everywhere that it doesn't necessarily say to add it, but it's like concealer to me. That or color corrector. And underneath the eyes as well, because I want to brighten that up. So basically anywhere I want to like brighten up a little bit, bring to life, just pop that in there. Just a small amount. You really don't need a lot. That little bit of product made, in my opinion, a big difference. I look a lot more awake than I did prior, which we love over here. For concealer, I'm going to go in with my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Praline. And again, I'm just going to apply a small amount of this, but I'm going to use the actual wand that comes with it just because it's really not that big. And I'm just going to do like that much. And I'm also going to do above here and here. And just slightly down my nose, just a little, not too much. Don't want to use too much. And then I'm going to take that same brush that we've been using. When it comes to everyday makeup and just making your life easier, I love using minimal products, but I also love using very minimal tools. So if I could dirty less brushes and still get the desired outcome, I'm here for it. And it is giving a little bit of a brightening effect, but not as intense as I normally would do for like a full-on beat. And I am using this sponge from e.l.f. I did dampen the sponge, so keep that in mind. It's not a dry sponge, and I'm just using this just to tap on top. Now we're almost done. We don't have too many more products left to use because again, I like to keep it at a bare minimum, especially for every day. So no eyeshadow, just keep it very natural on the lids. Now we need to set our face and just add some bronzer and some blush. And to set, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter setting powder, and I like to just take this oftentimes on like a big fluffy brush like this and just press this into the skin. I used to have to like really make sure I set my face like a lot, if you will. Nowadays I'm grateful that I don't have to use too much powder, but I still need to set in some way, shape, or form. So even though I'm not using a loose powder, which I would typically use underneath my eyes and around my face a little bit, I'm just now using only like this type of face powder, and it's been working. So I really love this powder though. I can't say enough good things about it. You guys know it's definitely one of my favorite face powders I've ever purchased. So now that I have that on there, I'm just kind of like buffing it into the skin, whatever is left on the brush, not adding anything else to it, and we have a set face. Okay, no loose powder necessary. But I do want to move into bronzing up the skin a bit. I'm going to take two different bronzers because I like the definition of a darker bronzer to kind of act as my contour, especially if I'm not doing a cream contour. So I'm going to use this one from ABH. This is in Saddle, still one of my faves to this day. And I'm going to bronze my skin a little bit with this. Well, I don't know if it would be bronzing or contouring, but you guys get the point. I kind of like do the same for both, honestly. There really is no difference with me. So I'm going to take a smaller tapered brush like this, And I'm just going to add this to my cheeks. I'm going to keep it low and short. I'm not going to come too far down because I don't want my face to look muddy. This is literally just to add some type of definition to the skin. Honestly, I could have went in with the actual bronzing shade first, but it just depends. Whatever I pick up first that day is what I use. But still, just keeping it very light, very, very light. And I feel like this is like the perfect color for my skin tone. And then I'm just gonna drag some of this on my nose. I'm not being very particular with this. This is the way I learned to contour my nose. I don't do anything too precise or anything like that. I can't do it. This is the best it's gonna get for me. So I'm just taking some of this Nars Bronzer in Laguna. This is like a little mini that I had in my collection. I do have the full size of this, but I just pulled for this because it was in my everyday bag. I like small things. And I'm just bronzing my skin up with this. Just the combination of these two together just really bring definition and some warmth to the skin. And I feel like it just brings everything full circle. This is the moment where things just snap together. Either they're gonna come together at this point or they're not. I can kind of tell at this point. And I love this. I used to think it was the Physicians Formula butter bronzer that like gave me this like snatched look with bronzing my skin, but in all actuality it's just about the shades and how you use the products. And although that is a very, very good palette, I love it, I'm obsessed with it, I also love this combination as well. And again, I just feel like it just balances everything out, like my skin with my face and my body, and everything just looks super balanced. So now that we have that, we can move on to blush. I'm using this one from Milani. This is in Romantic Rose. I haven't pulled this out in a long time either, but I live for a pink blush these days. So I'm gonna pop a little bit of this on. I'm really debating what kind of brush I want to use. We're just gonna use this angled brush right here. We're gonna pop some blush on. So I'm gonna keep it up here high on the cheeks and kind of bring it up here in what I like to consider to be like a C shape, if you will. And I'm gonna do the same over here. Some days I go with like a cream blush, which is what I have been using, but today I wanted to switch it up and just use something that I hadn't been using. Super cute. But you can do cream if you prefer cream. I don't mind the powder. And this is a really, really nice shade of blush. So now that I have all the powders on and everything like that, I do feel like the highlight kind of dissipated a little bit. So I'm gonna go back in with the highlighter, but I do want to take it on a brush this time just because I do have powder products down and I want to ensure that I'm not really disturbing them too much. So I'm just gonna swirl this brush on here. And this is a very, very like creamy formula, if you will, but not like a thick creamy, like very thin and creamy. It just glides. The brush looks wet, honestly. I'm gonna tap this on. Again, it's just giving that nice beautiful glow that we all love. And I'm gonna take some on my nose. You guys see that? So just to enhance, you know, what we previously put on, just because again, I felt like the powders kind of took away from it a little bit. And then I'm going to take the opposite side of my damp sponge and just lightly tap it into the skin. Super dewy, glowy. Oh, this is nice. I do like it. You know, it's an easy product to use. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. And it just adds a nice little glow. Alright guys, so I've taken the clips out of my hair and just kind of brush through it a little bit, but we have one last product to apply. You guys know I need me some type of glossy lip, if you will. So I have here from Merit their lip oil. This is actually a tinted lip oil, but I chose this like clear one, if you will, because I'm not really into color on my lips like that. You guys know this. This is not the channel for some extraordinary lip combo. I keep it very, very simple and basic over here, but I wanted to test this out. It definitely was very intriguing, and I love me a clear gloss. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of this on the lips. First impression, it's not as glossy. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I know what I like my glosses to be like, but this is not it. It's super soft. You can definitely feel it on your lips, but it's not as glossy as I would like, especially for this type of makeup. If I were just, you know, hanging around the house or going out somewhere without any makeup on, just a clean, fresh face, skincare, and that's it, I would definitely put this on. It feels like Vaseline, you know, when you put a little bit of Vaseline on your lips. It's not shiny, but it's definitely moisturizing. So I feel the moisturization of the oil, because that's what this is, a lip oil, but it's not giving that wow factor that I thought it was gonna give. So yeah, I'm gonna need to find a different gloss to put on. So BRB. Alright, beauties, so this is the look finished and complete. I went ahead and popped on a different type of gloss, one that I prefer a lot more, especially with a look like this. But this is basically what you're going to get from me as of right now on an everyday basis. Well, I don't apply makeup every single day, so let me just make that clear. But when I do put on makeup, I like it to just be quick and simple. Something just to help me get myself together to look good, feel good, and be out the door. So minimal products, minimal tools, you know, just very, very simple. This isn't a no makeup look. I'm not trying to make it seem like I don't have any makeup on. That's not the goal. The goal is just to look put together, but just using minimal products. And I think I have achieved that. Let me know your thoughts as always down below. Now, of course, as I said in the beginning of this video, we are collaborating with Merit. So I do want to, first and foremost, thank them for giving me the opportunity to even test out any of their products. But I do want to go through each one and tell you how I feel about it as it relates to this specific product. Now I'm going to start with their lip oil first. Honestly, I feel like this is just like Vaseline put into a bottle and made to look super cute, which it is very adorable. Love the packaging and just the overall presentation of the bottle. Of course, I love gold. I'm obsessed with gold, so love the gold detailing as well. However, when it comes to the actual product, is this something that I would buy? No, I would not. I would definitely not. I mean, I probably would have bought it to try it out because it looks so cute, because it's definitely very enticing, but I would not repurchase this at all if I were to even buy it that initial time. But knowing what I know, I will have to pass on this. Not that I wouldn't use it. I mean, I'm gonna use what I have, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's more like Vaseline. You know, that's the best way I can explain it. It moisturizes your lips, but it doesn't give a pop. You know what I mean? And I say that respectfully. I'm not into it like I thought I'd be, but the packaging, 10 out of 10. Next, we have their Day Glow, which is like a highlighter, if you will. I really did like this, you know. I feel like I would use this even when I don't wear as much makeup or no makeup at all. I just want like a nice little glow to my skin on top of my skincare products. I would definitely pull this out. I do have some other plans for this, so stay tuned, stay locked into the videos, because I have some ideas when it comes to this highlighter. I want to try and use it differently, but I do like that. Now, would I repurchase it? That's a 50-50 chance, you know, just being honest. But I think the formula is really nice. Like I said, I love the fact that it showed up through the base products that we used. It was just the powder that kind of dimmed the light a little bit, but reapplying it to my skin and everything, it did just fine. It's not an extraordinary product. Again, the vision for this brand is just for those of you out there that just want something super simple, effortless, and just not wanting to cake on a whole lot. You're just more of like that bare, natural type of girl. This is definitely right up your alley and would more than likely be your vibe. And then finally, we have the brow pomade. Again, I didn't see anything extraordinary with this product. I mean, I have so many different brow gels and stuff in my collection, so I don't feel like there's anything about this that separates it from the rest of the clan. It's just up to personal preference. Do you want it? Do you not? I do think my brows turned out really great, and honestly, I'm even shocked to say this is probably my favorite, or one of my favorite products that I used out of the three. I would say these two were really great, and this one was just kind of disappointing, to be honest. So if you guys are interested in picking up any of the products that I did use today from them, it will be down below. I will list the product as well as the link if you choose to use that, and I believe I do have a discount code. I will double check on that, but if I do, it will be down there as well. But I am going to close out today's video here. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know you guys love the makeup content, and I'm working hard on pushing out that type of content for you. But in the meantime, in between time, you can always check out my previous uploads as well as my weekly vlogs that I do post every here and there as well, because I've been a little splotchy, but your girl's getting it together, okay? She's getting it together. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you watched this far. I love each and every one of you. I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting me the way that you do. It means the world to me. I love you, and I will catch all of you guys in my next upload, whether that be a makeup tutorial or a dose of essence episode. I mean, you never know with me.